Just first tee shot. What were the kind of feelings around that? Hitting the opening tee shot of the season, the tournament, and all the obviously.
I wasn't on the first tee for the opening ceremony, but I heard it as I was walking up to go to the range, and it got a little bit emotional. I think just because I know what everyone has gone through. You hear it from these families, and you meet everyone out here on the island that knows someone or has been affected, firsthand. And Maui's small. Hawaii's very, very small, so people know everyone, and just got emotional. So being able to hit that first tee shot, it was an honor, just to be able to do that. And it's a great way to kick off the new year.
Yep. The success out here on the hills, is this a Northern California thing, or where does the success on just playing well on hilly golf courses come from?
I don't know. Do I play well on hilly golf courses?
Play well here.
Okay.
Doesn't get much hillier than here.
Barracuda was Mantra was pretty hilly too. I don't know. I think out here, we prep so much in the off season. You prep on flat lies that the creativity comes out, and you just got to be able to hit shots. Today we got really lucky with the wind. I hope it gusts. I don't think it will, but we got really, really lucky. And out here, you just got to be able to hit shots. And I think the next 3 days with the wind probably picking up to normal or higher winds, you just got to be able to see the shot and really feel it and have control of the spin on the golf ball. That's the ultimate thing.
And what have you and Mark worked on that's paying off?
Just a lot of rotation stuff. Not sliding, too much on the backswing, not sliding too much on the way through. So it's been good. It's key for me to not be able to miss left and know that I'm not going to miss left. You're going to hit bad shots, but if I can have that freedom in my head that I can swing as hard as I want and as cleanly as I want and not worry about where the ball's going to go, that's all I can ask for.
How many options, when you get in kind of a 50-yard and in range, how many options do you have on sliding shots?
A lot. It depends on the lie. Are you talking out here?
Yeah.
If it's windy, you're going to be hitting 56 degree, 50 degree. Like 9's a good example. 9's normally pumping straight in the wind, and you have 50 yards uphill lie. And I've seen guys hit gap wedge from 50 yards because that's what you have to do. It's all about spin control. It really is, especially how soft the greens are, especially when you're hitting up into the green. You just have to control the height and the spin and just kind of feel it from there.
What did you hit in there on 9?
3-wood.
Did you hit a driver off the tee?
Driver off the tee, yeah.
Tees were up a little bit.
Tees were up, and hit a great, probably the best drive of the day, and it was only like 250 to the hole, and hit this like low little 3-wood, bounced up perfect, and that's exactly how we described, could have visualized the shot. So it was nice to see that.
One of your more pleasing ones for the day?
Definitely one of the more pleasing. Shot-wise, not really. Just kind of.
Was cool, if you don't mind.
One was very special. Yeah, we brought it up. One was as special as it's ever going to get. I can talk about final rounds, last shots, first tee, final group in the majors, but that was like as big of an honor as I could have had. Not because it was the first tournament of the year, but because it was out here in Maui. Everything that this week represents for me, it means that much more.
You talked after Zozo about kind of getting back to the old self, not to give away all your secrets, but what did maybe getting back to that old self a little bit look like?
Just trust. It's I've had the belief that I can do it, and I've had the belief that I can play well, but you got to be able to put together 4 solid rounds, right? And part of it is just knowing where the golf ball's going to go. Stats-wise, it said my ball striking was fine. It's not like I dropped off the roof, but the misses were worse. And if you know where you're going to miss it, that's the biggest thing. Best players out here in the world that are winning and contending every week, like they know where they're going to miss it, and they hit maybe a little bit more quality of golf shots, but I'm slowly, learning where the ball's going to go, and that's the biggest thing.
Go ahead, Rob. This is kind of meaningless anyway, but I'm just out of curiosity. When you finish playing 6, do you look back and figure out a different way to play it from the
6?
Because I couldn't think of something.
So Xander took 6 or 7?
6.
Yeah, they're just playing. It's just so firm. Xander hit 3-wood and he kept it up top. I think you just keep it up top, and I think he must have missed the wedge shot, because the wedge shot, 80 yards. You can land that pin high and it's going to stop up there.
From where you were, was there a different way to play it after you finished it?
No, the best possible scenario would me not hitting as far left, which I actually was trying to do, and play it almost to the back left part of the green, but it's not a great spot if the pin's up front. You just have Tom, I thought, could have went up with it. He was a lot farther. I was praying that was my ball, but it wasn't. Mine was sitting down, and at that point, you're just trying to get out with 4, you know, especially where our balls were. It was a tough putt.
How much does local course knowledge matter here?
I mean, enough. I mean, I think knowing that it's never going to play like this, like today was very, very lucky, and tomorrow's going to play completely different. But it's nice that, you know, it hasn't rained yet. Who knows what it will do the next 3 days, but fairways are firmer than I've ever seen. So, look, course knowledge, I mean, there's plenty of guys out here that have played this more than me, and but everyone's good enough with their team to figure this out, and, you know, in a couple tries around.
And you talked about it a little bit, but starting early today, later tomorrow, is that going to maybe matter, do you think?
Today, I mean, it seems like the wind's never going to pick up, so it's going to be great for those guys that went out late and super early tomorrow. But look, it's always going to be windy out here, and once it picks up over 10, you're going to start feeling it. You feel it a lot more because the trees, even though you are a little protected, there's wide fairways, so you feel those gusts. The ball gets taken away, so you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the wind.
Is there anything you prefer about the wraparound schedule to, you know, starting here?
Oh, yeah, I much rather prefer this. It felt like this off season, even though you could go play, it felt like you weren't falling behind. And there's something to that, of just where everyone's starting at 0 here, and mentally you can kind of take yourself out. You know, I think in the off season, the past few years for me, you know, I've played maybe 2 to 3 times, but even when you're not playing, your mind's feeling like, okay, you know, like I want to get back out there. This year I was able to take a few weeks and just be like, I'm checking out, and that's been nice. So, not a bad place to start.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.